beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ellie, and bienvenue. What? Do I have something on my face? Let's go ahead and fix that. Ready? Much better. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ellie, and bienvenidos to my YouTube channel. Don't mind me being super extra. I just thought it would be great to dress for the occasion. I am coming at you with my Books in the Freezer TBR. This is a readathon that is happening in celebration of the podcast Books in the Freezer, which is hosted by the Shades of Orange here on YouTube. She does a lot of horror and mystery thriller book reviews, and also by Stephanie at That's What She Read, also here on BookTube. If you are a lover of horror, thrillers, and mysteries, I definitely recommend this podcast. They are so entertaining. They're so funny, and they have some really good recommendations. They came up with the Books in the Freezer readathon, and there's a certain number of prompts that you have to go through, and I am fortunate enough that I am doing this readathon with 3 other wonderful booktubers. Cami from Cami's Corner, she is the one that actually set all of this up. It was gracious of her to let me participate. Paul from Paul Reads, and also Stacy from Stacy's Stories. I will have all of their links down below. I will have the podcast listed. I will have all of that information down in the description box. And this readathon is happening on October 1st through the 14th. Since October is one of my favorite months of the entire year, I decided to go a little bit extra with it. So here I am, giving you some Halloween witchy goodness. I'm so excited to be doing this readathon. If you guys are wondering what the prompts are and what I'm reading, let's get into it. I'm so excited about this readathon, and I'm probably being very overly ambitious, but I'm gonna try to get through all of these books, especially since I'm gonna have 2 weeks to do it. The first prompt is read a horror book by a female author. And for this, I have 2 books that I want to read, and the first one has come up in a different TBR of mine, and that is Brother by Ania Ahlborn. In this book, we follow a serial killer family who live in the middle of nowhere, and our main character becomes infatuated with this woman that he meets, and he's battling the pressure from his older brother to do what they always do, which is to kill, and his infatuation for this woman and wanting to save her. The next book that I want to read by a female author is And the Trees Crept In by Kurtagich. This would be my second book by her. The first one I read is The Dead House, and I adore that book. In this one, we follow 2 sisters who go to their aunt's house and find that that house is kind of haunted. Some creepy things start happening, and that's as much as I want to know going into this. The second prompt is read an anthology or short story collection. And for this, I also have 2 books that I want to read. The first one being Darkness Creeping, 20 Twisted Tales, and this is by Neal Shusterman. This is a collection of short stories written by him. I also want to read this anthology, Slasher Boys and Monster Girls, stories selected by April Genevieve Tucholke. This is a YA horror anthology. The third prompt is read a book with a person of color or LGBTQIA plus main character or author. And for this, I'm choosing a classic, which is The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. I have been wanting to read this book for so long. This is what the movie Hellraiser was adapted from. Hellraiser has to be one of my favorite classic horror movies, and I think it's so underrated. The fourth prompt is read a horror book that has a movie adaptation. And for this, I have 2 books. The first one is Psycho by Robert Bloch. Of course, this is another classic, and this is what the movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock was adapted from, as well as The Bates Motel. This is about Norman Bates and how him and his mother own this hotel, and this woman comes in. Norman takes a liking to this woman. We see what Norman does to this customer, as well as his very intimate relationship with his mother. And the one that scares me to bits, but I am ready, kind of, is The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty, another classic. Fun fact, I actually have not seen the movie for The Exorcist. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared to watch it now. I want to make it alive out of this book. I hear that this is much more creepy and much more disturbing than the movie. Wish me luck on this one. And last but not least, we are to the 5th prompt, which is read a book that we've recommended on the podcast. And for this prompt, I am going to be reading Perfect Days by Rafael Montes. This is going to be a buddy read between myself, Cami, Paul, and Stacy. In this book, we follow Tio, who is a loner and who seems to lack empathy towards others. He is in medical school and he lives with his paraplegic mother in Brazil. He one day meets Clarice, who is writing a screenplay called Perfect Days, in which the characters in the screenplay go through a road trip in Brazil to find romance. He becomes infatuated with her and eventually ends up kidnapping her when she rejects his advances. He kidnaps her and follows her screenplay and takes her on this road trip in Brazil. And boy, oh boy, does he take her on a ride. It kind of reminds me of The Plot for You by Carolyn Kepnes, where it's the stalker point of view. The stalker trying to force his victim to fall in love with him. Except in this one, he actually kidnaps her as opposed to playing with her mind. This is the book that was chosen for all of us to buddy read, and I am so excited. This would be my first book by Rafael Montes to read, and the premise sounds amazing. That is my TBR for Books in the Freezer. Go check out Paul, Stacy, and Cami. They are all wonderful. They are some of the sweetest people, and I am so lucky to be doing this buddy read with them. And I hope that I can get through all these books. It doesn't start until October 1st. So if you guys want to join us, go ahead. I hope that you guys join us. I can't tell you how excited I am for October to get here. October is one of my favorite months out of the entire year besides July. So I'm so excited to show you all the things that I have planned for October. And I hope that you guys do this readathon with us. Have you guys read any of these books? Let me know. Let me know about The Exorcist, because that's the one that I'm actually really scared to read. I'm gonna face my fear and I'm going to do it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This Books in the Freezer TBR is going to be so fun. I'm so glad that I'm going to be able to do it with these fantastic people. Like I said, all the information will be down below for you. While you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and that notification bell will let you know when I do upload. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I love you all. I wish you nothing but great health and happiness always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!